All right, everyone, we're recording a promo for Pro Teaches Noobs. Oh, what's a noob?
Hey, you know who else is a noob? My mom!
All right, everyone, just forget it, okay?
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noobs. Have with me, Jared.
Round 2.
Yep, as we're going over the second and, in my opinion, much better mini-series of the Superbuddies with I Can't Believe It's Not the Justice League, which had the unfortunacy of being released right around the time of Identity Crisis and the lead up to Infinite Crisis. So it's going to be very cringy, but I'll say this: we're going into this right now. What I can tell you right off the bat, while this will work, is that it's not trying to reverse the characters' personalities, or back to how they used to be or whatnot. But it takes it into account any changes they've had.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, not that guy. You were expecting maybe ambush bug killed. Like I'm telling you, the toilet does it. Yeah, they're trying to load stuff more into the Superbuddies station, or at least the place next door is. First of all, I'm not your pal. I'm your employer. Second of all, you keep busting my chops up like this, I'm gonna have to turn this matter over to my partner. And believe me, he's a little more, how can I put it, anti-social than I am. That's some kind of threat? Not a threat, just a fact. Now, what are you gawking at? Oh, sweet Lord in heaven, will you look at those, and get a look at those legs? Ooh, baby, you could drive my car anytime. Beep, 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 yeah. You know, fellas, that's not some slab of meat you're demeaning with your infantile outburst. That's a human being. What'd you say? I said, oh, baby, let's go get down tonight.
That's so good. I love that.
Was that better? It'll do. Did I hear correctly, Desmona? Did one of those guys say if I wanted to get down? I think they were talking to me, Mr. Lord. Although one can't be sure these days. I'll see you at 7, Desi. Yes, sir. And what time will you be needing the car? Always a kidder, aren't you? I'll need the car at 8. You get that joke too? Like, I'll see you at 7. When do you need the car? I need it at 8. But morning, all right. You're certainly sounding chipper today. Your superciliousness as new chauffeur is working out wonderfully. I imagine how much better it'll be when she learns to drive. Yes, well, can't we do something about that construction? I could use my death ray and reduce them all to small steaming piles of melted flesh. You don't have a death ray. Another of my tragic shortcomings, I'm afraid. Been here all night. My dedication knows no bounds. Is she for compliments? Overtime pay. Overtime pay. I'm paying you since you brought it up. Good morning, Susan. She's ignoring you, sir. Something I should have done long ago. She's not ignoring me. She just didn't hear me. Good morning, Susan. Do you think it's your breath, sir? I, of course, possess no olfactory senses. But based on my studies of television commercials, it seems that most Americans are, good morning, Susan! You could try again. You're a bit shorter on this, but you might blow out the windows. Good morning, Susan and Max. And good morning, Max. How are you today? Delightful, Sue. And you? You're talking to yourself. Never better. Thanks for asking. This is how it started with Manga Khan. First, it was short conversation with himself. Then, before we realized what was happening, he moved on to 3-hour soliloquies. Did you say something, Elrond? Not a word, but I thought I heard. Must be the rats in the wall. We have rats in the walls? Oh, yes. Massive rats. Colossal rats. Bardogian rats. Be quiet out there. I'm trying to work. Oh, is Max here? Funny, I didn't hear him come in. Neither did I. Morty, Max. Too late. Right. Another one of his moves, huh? I'm thinking therapy might be of some value. I think that therapy might be valuable to most of the people on this team. Present company accepted, of course. Of course. By the way, does he pay you overtime? We get paid? You can see this is going to be a running gag. But you're kidding. What? B and the Marvel chick? Marvel chick? They're roommates? Don't go there, Booster. Too late, Beetle. I'm already in the endless possibilities. You are so immature. Oh, really? And if I'm immature, how come you're hanging around with me so much? Because I get paid to hang around with you. Yeah, well, we get paid. paid? Anyway, I think it's a good idea. Wait, getting paid? Fire and Mary Marvel rooming together. I think it's a great idea. Right up there with the Kama Sutra and the wet T-shirts at night at Hooters. Aren't you a married man? Soon I'll be single. You're getting divorced? Well, no, but after she passes away, your wife's dying? Actually, she's in terrific health, but she is 30 years older than me, and sooner or later she's bound to. What? Did you? Some things? I ditched the collar. Little women didn't like it, huh? Listen up, bud. I'm an independent kind of guy. I dance to my own drummer, you hear me? And nothing that old bat says influences me one bit. Hated it? She loathed it. You're pathetic. I know. Sometimes even I can't believe I'm willing to put myself through all this. Just because Gladys has a couple $100 million. I mean, how can you use another human being just because she... Did you say a couple of $100 million? Give her or take $1 million? It's still more inoffensive, but a little more understandable. Okay, off the bat, it feels like things are a bit better here, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yep. And by the way, like I said before, Jurgens will make this clear, this whole glass stuff, he's full of it.
Okay, good.
Which makes it funny because, like I said, there's nothing in here that confirms she actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do like, how all of this is done so he can make Ted squirm.
Mm-hmm.
What's the color scheme? Flip-flop. No good? It's kind of sort of almost work. I mean, you don't look stupid or anything. Thanks for the confidence boost. No, really, I like it. It's the new Blue Beetle for the new millennium. So, the wife's name is Gladys. Forget my wife's name. I want to know what you think of my new look. Could work, but it needs something else. Such as, have you considered a yellow oval on your chest? Like Batman used to have? An oval, huh? Yeah, I'm writing a set of it in big bold letters. You can print the name Gladys. That's not funny! No, but it is mildly amusing. And you see with, again, just reminding us with Fire and Mary. Now, by this point, Captain Atom is not only left, he is suing their asses after what happened in the last mini, in the original mini.
Mm-hmm.
Which, can you blame him?
No.
Getting the crap beat out of him. Also, we find out Mary can really get hyped up on coffee.
Okay.
But it's so tasty and giving me the tingles all through my body. I can't believe I never tried coffee before. I can't believe I was stupid enough to offer it to you.
Oh, yeah, she's younger. That's why. All right.
Yeah, remember, obviously, I think she's 16, but still.
Still, you always remember your first cup of coffee.
Oh, trust me, it's going to get worse.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. That's what I said. Aha. And I'm standing by it. Am I correct in assuming that you are in the throes of some profound revelation? Profound enough, I knew he looked familiar. And who might the who in question be? That Hertz guy, Richard. The construction site. The gentleman opening the bar. He's a supervillain. Pardon? And, the one who looked pretty much like our guys, but lie and plunder and conquer the world instead. Those aren't supervillains. Those are politicians. Okay, that was a perfect one, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But Max, a supervillain's opening a bar next door. And, now she's talking to me. What is who where? Exactly. Exactly what? Precisely. Not going to tell me, are you? Tell you what. It's still not too late to get Manga Khan back here. Manga who? Khan. Can't. Now cut that out. Cut what out? Keep at it, Elron, and you're going to end up as obnoxious as the rest of us. I do try to aim high, your malleableness. A supervillain. A supervillain? That's right. The guy opening the bar next door, right. How do you know it's a bar? He told me. And I suppose he also told you he was a supervillain? Don't be ridiculous. We just met. Just met this morning. How personal can you get on short notice? Then what? You just happened to notice his cape was sticking in his zipper? Or maybe his plan for galactic domination actually dropped out of his coat pocket. You can drop the condescension effective immediately. Assuming I buy into this. Name's Blackguard. He used to work for the 1000 out of Metropolis. Used to. Is it not anymore? He wasn't very good at the whole super villaining thing. Is that a word? Villaining? and you don't seem very concerned. But a guy who used to be a supervillain and wasn't very good in the first place, you have my word, Sue. As soon as I figure out why I should be concerned, I'll be sure to start worrying. Aren't you going to send someone over there to smack him in the mouth and send him packing? Oh, no, that would be an intelligent response, which would be a first for you. Cruel, very cruel. Well, for once, I'd like you to listen to my advice. I do listen to your advice. It's just that in this case, your advice is, well, asinine. I'm sending Ralph. Sue, don't do anything desperate. Just relax, please, and let me handle this. Is that a problem? We all saw you take a poke at Manga Con, Max. You fight like a sissy. Who said there's going to be I do not fight like a sissy! A little touchy on the subject, are we? This discretion is growing more and more infantile. Expect this kind of thing from your husband, but not from, you leave Ralph out of this. What is going on with you today? Now let's try this again. There's not going to be a fight. No problems were ever solved with a punch in the face. Oh, please. All our problems are solved with a punch in the face. Most of them, but not all of them. Anyway, does this Blackguard have a real name? Richard Hertz. Says his friends call him Dick. I love that whole trying to hold that right there. And I'm like...
Oh, Blackguard. Is that Pete Davidson from Suicide Squad?
Let me check.
I think he was playing Blackguard.
Hold on. Yep.
Yeah, I figured that's who that was.
Him. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually in it and everything, and he was also the one in the 2021 film Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Dick Hertz.
Mm-hmm.
And he first appeared in Booster Gold.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we find out that again, Mary's really starting to get all, it's slowly building up and everything. And yes, they make the whole, we get paid. But yeah, about talking about with Booster, like next, that's what Booster said. Not in so many words, but Booster Gold, our teammate? Yes, I believe I've heard of him. Now, what exactly did our dear teammate Booster tell you? That I was too retro? That I need to, how do you put it? Get down with my boogie parts and that's enough! I swear somebody ought to talk that moron's pay. Yeah, we get paid? Not enough. You seem upset, B. Is something wrong? Not for long. This is also where we find out with the whole her considering bad language being too street, which of all that she starts hearing like this theme song and all that. Beatrice, what was that? Our theme song. We have a theme song? A theme song? Goody! Indeed we do. And who wrote this tasteless piece of music? I cannot tell a lie. It was I. I'll be your bestest super buddies till the very end. Catchy, isn't it? I'm thinking of releasing it as a single. Why not an extended dance mix? I thought that, I hadn't thought of that. What an excellent idea. Have Booster and Guido and Booster gotten in yet? Why, yes, they just arrived. They put them on everything. Of course, I've never tried that before, but hey, I'm game for any. It's for you. What? Oh, swear, is that even legal to say? Too street? But yeah, Sue tries to make the argument about everything going on next door and all that. And they even bring up about Gladys and all that. Who's Gladys? Word travels fast around here. It's lies. I tell you, all lies. Who's on the phone? They keep bumping around, trying to tell about Blackguard, showing that even Boosters forgotten him. But yeah, like, he's opening a bar next door. And? Oh, never mind. I'll handle it. Has Mount Vesuvius calmed down yet? She's not herself today. Now, this is what leads to Ralph to think she's pregnant, which... Make this clear. On its own, this is fine. The fact this came out right at the same time as Identity Crisis.
That's a problem.
That is, and again, I do not blame the writer for that. They had no idea.
No, it's not. It's just bad place, bad time.
Yep. Now she's not pregnant during this. So make it clear, she's just moody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe she is. One could say maybe she was, and that leads into it. But, yep, she ends up punching the guy. I'm bad, Susan. I said, yeah, it keeps on going on thinking that she's pregnant, all this stuff. And she's like, what are you babbling about? Oh, please tell me you don't, can you please tell me what your little mother and all everyone's just like, how are you like being pregnant? She's like, I'm not, it's all back and forth, complete.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can definitely tell, like, I'm not going to read it all, but you can definitely tell with all this. It's like what? But I'm not. Oh, you should have told me. But I'm not. Oh, hey, you hurt my face. All that. It's just a bunch of rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
But again, much more understandable here. What'd you say? Mm-hmm. She's moody, whatever reason. They think she's pregnant. She thinks this guy's a bad guy. He's actually not bad, but all that. Although, I'm happy to just forget it. Richard hurts. And hurts. Richard hurts. My friend called me Dick. Max thought, we'll pretend we didn't hear that. Hey, you gotta admit, Max is a pretty funny name. Hysterical. Oh, and they keep talking, but it's like, she's not pregnant. Not it. It's none of their business anyway. I give up. We can't give up now, Sue. The first trimester is always the hardest. Now, see here, this is what I mean about Mary got worse with it. Just looking at you, she's like, who did you? Mm-hmm. That's Mr. Talkie Tawny. He's a talkie tiger, but not that kind of tiger. More of a cute, cuddly tiger, like a big gold teddy bear. See the street from in this window this is what blah blah blah. Forgive me, but is she always like this? You see, she's never had coffee before. And then she downed like 12 cups in 10 minutes. Oh, never mind. Oh, God, she had 12 cups.
Oh, God.
For a sick someone already as sugary sweet as she is, that is. Oh,
if you weren't a meta-human, I'd be asking, why is her heart not exploding?
Obviously, this is probably sugar, coffee with sugar in it, or cream.
Mm-hmm.
If it was black, no way she would have put it down, and she would have finished it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everyone just, again, it keeps on going on like, he's reformed, all of this. Like, oh, but you're pregnant. Again, it's a whole series of them just bumping around and all that. But it does lead to, when you think about it, the whole gay thing's very trendy these days. If we're looking for publicity, we're not gay, and I'm not pregnant. But then we find out that, turns out, oh, he has reformed. All right, Blackguard is dead. Everything. And basically saying, like, how on earth did you pay me for Blackguard? At Superhero Human Resources. I'm on the internet. It is the information age. Bringing back that website from before. Find out that he has a partner, someone who's like, he's a great guy. I mean, I trust him with my life. Who? Hold on, he's here now. Hey, buddy boy, in here. Come say hi to the neighbors. Oh, my God. Fasten your seatbelt, you pathetic losers, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Now, to make it clear, by this point, Guy had barely appeared in anything.
Okay.
By this point.
That makes sense.
In fact, let me double check when this issue released. Number 4, JOA Classified number 4, February 26th, and then GL Rebirth number 1 was. Oh, we're so well away from Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
This was 2000. Wait, no, that can't be right. Wait, that can't be right, can it? Oh nope. So this is around the like a few more months before Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
So Rebirth wouldn't come until the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense.
So this was at the start of the year. But what from that first issue alone, did that feel a lot better? Feel like some of the humor made a bit more sense in the context and not just derailing characters?
I still don't like the constant screaming and stuff. It's very it's the same thing as watching a TV show like Peacemaker where everyone's screaming at each other. It's just not my thing.
True, fair enough. Perhaps, Mr. Gardner, you should rethink. What was wrong with calling it the dark side? You may correct me if I'm wrong, though of course I rarely am. But wasn't the last establishment bearing the name of a supervillain hangout? Precisely. So this isn't going to be a supervillain hangout, is it? Obviously, it's not. It's not going to be, obviously. But, yeah, it's just showing that Guy is still being a little bit like, amazing. It's a litigious word, Ronnie. Ain't like I can pick and choose who stops in for a brew. Oh, amazing. What? That you can pronounce the word litigious. What are you talking about? I used to be a lawyer. You know, in a bizarre way, that makes sense. He was a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
People forget that. He was a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, of course, the whole, they try to think he's not he knew what litigious meant. He can pronounce it. Guy Gardner, apparently he was once a lawyer. Our Guy Gardner? Please don't call him that. Actually, this proves it. Proves he's not really Guy Gardner because he knows what litigious is. He's a pop person or a clone or maybe an android sent by our enemies to what? I know I asked, but why send an android to do what Guy already does so well? Come on, Max. Is it really that far-fetched? Maybe not to you, but then you're married to Ralph. You leave Ralph out of this! Sue, relax. It was just a little joke. Thank you. Excuse me, my lord. She is, after all, with child, and the female hormones are undoubtedly... I'm not with child, and leave my hormones out of this! If you're not pregnant, why is Ralph handing out cigars to everyone? You're asking me? I find this whole business of human mating to be utterly repulsive. Of course it is. That's part of the fun. Look, Ralph's got this crazy idea stuck in his rubbery head, but I swear to God that I'm not. What say we leave God out of this? He's got enough problems without us bothering him. Okay, but I don't want to hear another word about it. But of course, yeah, it's just... Oh, we find out that not long after they met up, he... yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit regressive for Guy, but it's not that regressive compared to other characters. But he is going to apologize. Like in the case where it's like old habits, and even he's like, you know what? I should have not done that. But yeah, we see that Billy is saying like, okay, still saying this is a bad idea. You guys should leave and all that. You should leave, Mary. And I love like, haven't you heard? She's got a bun in the oven. I didn't know Sue Sue baked. No, she's not. Oh my God, that was a joke, wasn't it? And just because I'm woefully naive doesn't mean I don't have a sense of humor. Mary, what have they done to you? But again, they're constantly arguing with each other, especially now that Guy is around and everything. And then we have this like, wait a minute, don't I get a say in this? No! Yes, I'm sorry. Look, your family and all, so you have every right to be concerned. But she's Mary Marvel. Right, and I'm Captain Marvel. And I've said my piece. I've nothing more to add. I really don't feel like painting anymore. You two should take this show on the road. But then Mary actually shows up, and if you ever touch me in an inappropriate manner again, I'll. Now don't make me do that again. Not even if I ask really nice. Maybe next time you can tie me up first and then start throwing me around. Unless, of course, you like me to do it to you and do it, and you like me to do it, you know? And gosh, gee whiz and willikers, was it something I said? What? Oh, but then we see Power Girl actually shows up. Why?
Mm-hmm.
They're still trying to fill the void in for Captain M, so they need another powerhouse. Mm-hmm. And who better than Power Girl, right?
Exactly.
Like the idiot come over here and give old Booster the idiot's right, you know. You are looking good. Idiot, you're looking pretty good yourself. Why does everyone think I'm an idiot all of a sudden? Actually, when we first met, he was really quite intelligent. Thank you. But he's from the future, you see. That's right. And I think our 21st century polluters have eaten away at his poor unprotected brain cell. That's right. Hey! Maybe Star Labs could do something for him. Yeah, there are miracle workers over there. Maybe some kind of IQ transplant. And just let me remind you that beneath his incredibly buff and admittedly somewhat buffoonery exterior lies a razor-sharp intellect. And why exactly have you chosen to hide it from us? Why? Because I up here, Booster. I'm up here. And of course, like when it's not your fault, and it's your fault for distracting me. What is it you see in him? He's a good guy, sort of, kind of, when he's not acting like a complete moron. Enough already. I have feelings too, you know. Does he? And does he? 1 or 2, 3. I have at least 3, and they're all below the waist. So, did you hear Dino was back to kicking up sparks with Ollie, and poor Ollie just came back from the dead? And well, I'm sorry, but she is high maintenance. A fella gets treated like this and he gets snap, go completely crazy and become a supervillain. Next thing you know, I'm your arch enemy. You already are. Just remember what happened to Hal Jordan. I'd rather not. And again, the running gag keeps going on, even saying, what do I have to do? Take a public pregnancy test? Well, you forget I said that. But then that's when Max finally shows up and hold the applause, ladies and germs. Your open mouths all will suffice for now. Of course, they're still like, perhaps he is a pod person. Like, hey, down girl. Got to thinking, maybe I owe someone an apology. You apologize? Yeah, she was a kid, and I was way out of line. Definitely a pod person. I'm beginning to believe it myself. Sick 'em, Ronnie. Kill. In the War of the Dunces, I remain a conscientious objector. Look. All that happens die hard, okay? Maybe now is not the best time. I'm not looking to cause any more grief. I just want to say I'm sorry. No more, no less. There is no way I'm lying to you. She's attractive when she's frothing at the mouth, don't you think? Now that you mention it, apology accepted. It's better than Billy will ever give. Mary, wait in the other room. You don't get to get near this. With all due respect, Sue, I don't need a mother. I can take care of myself. But I didn't mean. Poor thing can't restrain those maternal instincts, can she? Like, I'm sorry about earlier, Mr. Gardner. Hey, consider it forgotten. My friends call me Guy. Okay then, Guy. Look, I'm not exactly a welcome around this place. But anytime you want to, shoot the breeze, all above board, you have my word on that. You can just waltz over to my place and you're about done, Mr. Gardner. I know, he's the Guy Gardner of the Mirror Universe. But yeah, so they're trying to make the offer still about everything, and then finally, well, I've matured. You sure have. But the rest of them, have you ever spent time with Ralph? Wait a minute. Did you just acknowledge that I've matured? Why wouldn't I? It's true. But now we find out you've already told Max no yesterday. Guess he was hoping you'd trigger a sentimental chord. That manipulating son of a... But if it means anything, you almost had me. I did? Not really. But the idea of working side by side with you again, well, it was tempting. I miss you, Ted. Miss you too. So why don't you give it I like being with the JSA, Ted. I have a history here. I'm comfortable. That counts for a lot. Then, of course, did I tell you I have a heart condition? Every chance you get. But then they realize they're at the JSA headquarters and Booster just wandered off. What did he do? He finds something in Dr. Fate's headquarters and says, for daring to show such disrespect, I hereby consign the Superbuddies to the deepest, darkest pits of hell. Whoops!
Yeah, she did it. Oh, wow. That's funny.
Hell, the gang's all here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm on break now. But yeah, of course, they feel like, wait, what the hell? Why don't I just get Dr. Fate in the line and let him explain it to you? You can do that? Just call him? No. So yeah, they're realizing Booster within Fate's quarters? My God, it's amazing any of us are still alive. Of course, once even Guy shows up, even Power Girl's like, oh Lord! Like, weren't you supposed to be dead or mutated or something? I got better. Better than I've ever been. Want to go for a test drive? Living proof that hell is not limited to any one location. So yeah, they're trying to figure out what to do to go down and help Bub and everything. And somehow they're able to get connection through it and down there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It's just like it's B. She's calling from hell on her cell phone. So it seems. That's incredible. I mean, the wind blows the wrong way and I lose signal on my cell. What company does she use? How much does she pay for? Somehow she's able to get a line straight from hell. But then we have a bit about why is it always our fault? But he's starting to wonder, Booster starts to wonder something this doesn't make much sense. We make one little slip up and then of course, you wished us to hell, cell phone, whoops. And then Etrigan, as if hell's sovereign borders were really so porous, just any old soul could waltz in. And without green card, no red tape, nor infernal papers, nor proof of one's various sins. That's I know. Still, you're young and hardy, and there's that to your credit. So credit where credit is due. and we do need a certain amount of illegals since the franchise request process through. So in other words, they're illegals in hell, and they're going to work at a fast food joint.
Ah, that's funny.
Yep, and for whatever reason, saying Shazam doesn't work. Now, this doesn't get explained anywhere in this, but in Justice League 3000, it's made clear they're not in actual hell. They're in B's hell.
Oh, B as in fire. Oh,
We don't know that till later, though. And we will never find that out until the Justice League 3000. But at this point, they all think they're in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yes, Ralph, shirt. Whoops. Looking good, B. But yeah, basically they feel like because you actually came down here, you're damned for all eternity. Mm-hmm. And they feel like, oops. Like that doesn't make any sense. And of course, banter back and forth. And then Guy gets the great idea. We can't wish it back, so let's wish ourselves there. Which is like, do the math, sweet cheeks. Can't mount a rescue unless you're there to do the rescuing. You see, sometimes the simplest solution is the best. She's ready to pound him, and then, now this doesn't make any sense, but they even say, before you ask, none of your damn business.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this gets ignored, of course, but it's meant to be a kid like he somehow has the ring back, his original ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's ready to use it to pinpoint everything and all that, and shows that he actually is, yes, old habits die hard, and yes, he's a meat stick, but he keeps on reminding us, no, the guy, when he's focused, can be the most infuriating guy, but he's the guy you want to have watching your back.
Mm-hmm.
But you think I pass up a chance to have Max's little darlings owe me one? I get them out of this, and I will. They're going to be licking my boots for years. Such noble motive. I'm touched. Makes you happy to see me in one glorious dimension, doesn't it? You're suggesting there's more to you than meets the eye, depth and soul and sensitivity? Oh, there's a lot more to me than meets the eye, sweet cheeks. But soul and sensitivity got nothing to do with it. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like a little quiet. Suits me fine. Uh-oh, bunch of demons coming. Mm-hmm. So we find out that this is where they're going to be working now and everything. And while Ralph has to do a lot of the eating for testing the food or eating the leftovers, getting rid of all the waste.
Mm-hmm.
But then they find out there's Tora.
Yeah. Oh.
And look, my Carlin.
And Didio.
And Didio and Keith. And I think that's JMDematteis. And I think one of these is McGuire.
Maybe the one in front.
Yeah, and the other one is probably Whacker.
Mm-hmm.
And the color, that's the entire, I love that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. It's funny.
But yeah, so they're fighting their way through it all and everything. But here's then we get a moment where Booster starts to show his intelligence. Like, yeah, I heard what he said. I also heard what Ralph said. What's Ralph got to do with this? He was saying how this didn't make any sense. Listen, I've been thinking. No, you haven't. You're incapable of independent thought. Just because I act like a mindless idiot doesn't mean that I'm completely brain dead. It doesn't. Now, really think about it. We make one little mistake, and we're condemned to burn forever. Where's the justice in that? There is no justice, Booster. The universe is random chaos. It's nonsense, sound and fury, signifying nothing. Do you really believe that? No. Oh, my God. What's the matter? We're actually making sense. Well, maybe it's the first time in months I've actually needed to. So you're thinking, what, that this isn't hell? Maybe it's an aspect of hell, or maybe fate's paperweight turned into someplace in our minds, or maybe, well, the possibilities are endless. So we're only stuck here, wherever here may be, if we believe we are. All I know is that I think things are what they appear to be. If that's the case, we may find a way out. You know, it's amazing. What? I had to come all the way to hell just to realize that my best bud is not a complete moron. I'll take that as a compliment. It was. Of course, how's Ralph doing? He doesn't know how much longer he can hold out. And of course, if we don't do something, it'll be our turn next. And we don't stretch. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. And Guy and Power Girl shows up. Go on already. You know you want to. She's out like a light. She'll never know. Well, you got anything to add? I don't have to add anything. Guy knows the difference between right and wrong. And he is a hero after all. He's an anti-hero. Close enough. Knock it off, will ya? Up and at 'em, sweet cheeks. I saved your gorgeous butt again. Gardner! What? Oh, please, don't even try to play innocent. You think I'd honestly take advantage of a helpless? Absolutely. Okay, I'll admit that the thought did cross my mind, but that's as far as I spare me. Anyway, my plan worked, right? Those idiot demons brought us right where we wanted to be. And where is that exactly? Looks like a big belly burger. Ah, great. We can stop for a bite before our entrails are eaten by the hearts of hell. That's disgusting. Thank you. So if your plan works so brilliant, where are the, you should excuse the expression, super buddies. They're around here somewhere. I think I caught a glimpse of blue and gold before. No, not the needle nose pliers. What'd I tell you? Ted! But of course, like, I'm sorry about doubting your abilities, Mr. Gardner. So, excuse me? Not in a million years. Okay, I'm sorry. Ha! Gotcha. Just want to see if you had it in you. You're insufferable. That's my uttermost charming trait. But as soon as they get up, they're starting to banter about, fixing up the place. But as soon he takes all those guys out and everything, and they reveal about Shazam doesn't work here. Saying it. So they go to get Mary because that's what Etrigan was trying to threaten them with. And as soon as Guy sees eyes, Tora! Hey, I thought Peace Fire didn't work down here. Maybe Booster's right. Maybe this place isn't what we believed it is. Maybe what we believe has more power than. Maybe Booster's right. Did I just say that? No! Don't you touch her! Don't you touch her, you son of a.
Is she normally naked when she defires, if you will?
It depends on how much she turns the heat on when she changes.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I was like,
if she gets emotional, whoosh! If she does it on command, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you see her go from, because if you notice, that's what happened earlier as well when she was completely dressed at first. And then, but then she got, wished us to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So when she gets angry, whoosh. If she's in control, not whoosh. But yeah, of course, though, they're trying to calm him down, like, let me go. You can't have her, Hill. Damn it, Karen, he's got Guy Gardner. Believe me, I know that better than most, but you've got to get your hands off of her, you damn dirty ape. Come back to me, Tora. Come back to me. Come back. Please come back. Guy? Oh, love renew, in hell no less, that I've lived to see this day. You've become more trouble than you're worth. Take away young and virgin child. Take your virgin child away. What you're saying, that we're free? We can leave? Quickly, lest love's contagion spread from damned soul to devil to the walking dead. This is some kind of trick. I mean, you're a demon. You lie about everything. Perhaps the trick, perhaps the truth. You'll never really know. But why waste time in wondering when you have the chance to go? Good point. Wait, and not without her. But yeah, they try to make a deal about all that. Of course, they see ice. Is that ice? But again, he's still wondering, are we supposed to believe that's Tora back from the dead? Again, Booster's being the smart one for now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that he actually I'll rescind the offer. But that didn't rhyme. So sue me. Showing that Etrigan will still, because you do know, the rhyming demon is a class.
It doesn't have to rhyme, right?
No, he does.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying, but him being a rhyming demon, that's a higher level demon. If he loses that, he's not. So that's meant to be a gag simply. Mm-hmm. But then he brings up about the Oedipus D or the Orpheus D protocol. Of course, basically, you must retain the faith. Do not, once you start to leave with them, do not look back. For if you do, not only will they be pulled straight out and will they stay in hell, but they will be damned. And thus they are now like, oh, this is effed up. This is, getting sent here for all eternity. Of course, they're still wanting. Maybe Booster's right. They don't want to accept it. But if we're feeling it, imagine what it's like for them. But B couldn't help it. Beatrice, you always did care too much. No, Dora, no! Oh! Oh, that is heartbreaking, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The facial expressions on this is just so good.
It is. And yeah, that one, like, you can so tell. He wants to lash out at B, but he's also fighting like, nope. You can tell that's what Guy wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to lash out at B for doing that, for messing it up.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, it can't be helped now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then they make their way out. Shazam! There's no place like home. Ow. Yeah, they're getting up, wondering out what's going on. Of course, now all of a sudden, he's starting to have an amnesia episode.
Mm-hmm.
Are you my wife? No. My escort? Of course not. We're friends. Why are you wearing such strange and provocative clothes? For that matter, why am I? Because we're superheroes? Oh, come on. There's no such thing as superheroes. Oh, boy. So this becomes a second running gag.
Oh, boy.
Of course, when he says, like, you're Power Girl, you remember, I was joking. You mean they really do call you Power Girl? So now it feels like it's up in the air and they never made clear. Is he doing this now that Booster's trying to be smart? He's going to start being a bit of a jackass, and act like he has amnesia? Or does he really have it?
There must always be a jackass.
Yep. Well, we already have Guy.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And they're in a weird, twisted universe, and that's Nort.
Okay.
Monstrous Nort. And of course, like, anybody? You got a plan? Really big bag of puppy chow? Well, it's the start. But yeah, so he's still taking charge. Again, this is why it's up in the air. Is he really just putting on an act? To which, of course, he's like, oh, brother, you're just doing this to make me look bad. But again, I like it. You don't know which way.
Mm-hmm.
But then we see out there's this other Mary, Mistress Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what do you think you're doing? Nice look, jailbait. What do we got here? Select pieces from this year's panty waist collection? Not my style. Try the limp wrist. Nah, couldn't have been. Of course, then Power Girl sends her flying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then there's Billy. Again, this is just a weird, twisted world. Nothing specific, just except that they're twisted.
Okay.
Of course, we have the whole, Ralph smells a mystery. Put that nose away. So they're trying to find where the super buddies are. It's the Power Posse. Strip dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then there's, I just blinked on that one guy, Oberon. But it's kind of sort of Oberon. But yeah, we see then B just punches him and everything. Like, what was that for? I just want to curse I knew you and make sure the old you behaves. I could think of more constructive ways to help through personal metamorphosis and everything. Because yeah, he's like, although I have to admit, if I was the brainless, sex-obsessed man I was before, it'd be difficult to pass up a chance to see Sue dancing around in her. So again, showing that they're trying to show, okay, so anytime of him being brainless was him just putting on an act for the laughs. Basically, that's what they're trying to say. Up until this point when they went to hell, anytime he was being the brainless oaf was for laughs because he was hanging out with his old friends. So he was putting it on just because, like, hey, for old time's sake. Once things got really serious, meaning coming to hell, that's when he was like, okay, show's over. That's what it's basically trying to make clear about all this, that he's not ever been that dumb. He did it because it's his friends. He's blowing himself down for his friends because it's like, hey, we're here having fun.
Yeah.
Even though it gets everyone angry, it's just like, I don't mean it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they make their way in and everything. I said I had amnesia. I didn't say I had no culture. Again, up in the air. But yeah, they took down Ralph and everything. And now they're just trying to figure out like what to do to get them all out. Someone's supposed to come in and it's another ice.
Okay.
Because he was supposed to have killed fire in this world. So now it's all like, you're going to have to kill her again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, doesn't that look chilling?
Yeah. Oh, God, that's scary.
Yep. Well, I'm not touching it. You touch it. That's a mystic artifact that blinks people to hell. Why should I touch it? Oh, and I should? Don't you want to see your husband again? Do we know where North is? Antarctica, and we like it that way. So, but there must be somebody who will. Elrond? Elrond sounds good, but don't even think about it.
Elrond.
Yep. This never happened to the Justice Society, Kara. So why don't you knock off the convention morning and go hang out with Mr. Gardner? But believe me, I would. But in case you haven't noticed, we're trapped in a parallel universe and populated by evil duplicated of our Earth superheroes. Yeah. And with a little luck, we'll leave you here and bring back a Power Girl with a deaf mute. Both of you, please. There's nothing to be gained from arguing. What do you think about the artwork on all this?
Artwork is great. I have no complaints about the artwork.
Yep, they're trying to figure out about trying to get out and everything. Like, when Vito called me and told me we wanted to visit, I should have just hung up. Then Booster Gold wouldn't have found the artifact and none of this would have happened. In a weird way, this is all my fault. Hey, don't blame yourself, PG. I'd be happy to do it for you. Saints, don't mention incoming! Uh-oh! But, yep, somehow Faith does an illusion to Faith through and causes herself to get grabbed and then chopped by Nort.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Of course, he's like, imagine what a guy like me would have done with Sabosia. What a waste. You misopic, misogynistic. Like, Kara, stop. You can't breathe. That's the general idea, but you'll kill him. That's the general idea.
I love that. Yep, that's what I'm going for.
Yep, and like, but yeah, they're trying.
It would be hilarious if she turns to someone and goes, "Don't tell Batman."
Yep, or Superman or
Hell,
anyone.
yeah, exactly.
Yep, but yeah, and then it's like, they're trying to go like, cap him, do what we do, and what do we care? Cap him, right? Cap his elastic butt. Because, of course, they're just trying to stall him and everything. And, again, a lot of talk back and forth. Now, seeing that we're seeing a booster here who really is an idiot. Mm-hmm. He gave me spell booster right. B-O-O-S-T-I-R. Oh, and he was so close. Mm-hmm. Of course, like, because I'm making it up as I go along. Booster was never very good at bluffing. Look, Max, we didn't come here looking for trouble. We don't even know where here is. Breaking my heart. Now, how about an answer? I already told you if that 5,000 put a bullet through Dibney's head. Now, he basically, because he got hit earlier, now he's claiming he has his memories back now. Mm-hmm. They put up a bit of a fight, get them all out of there, and even having a moment of, oh, yeah, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I better make sure. But he turns like, B, I'm okay. It's not Tara. You know that, right? Of course I do. You can't even entertain the idea that there are similarities. Our Torah, she's gone, Aunt. She wouldn't be gone if I hadn't turned around. We could have saved her. My God, Dad, she's in hell. I think Booster's right about one thing. That wasn't hell. Well, maybe it was a very personal hell created by Fate's artifact. What happened there with Torah, I think it was created out of your longing, your grief. It was meant to hurt. Well, it worked. Only as long as you give it power over you. Only as long as you believe it. It hurt Guy, too. Do you care? Want to know something ridiculous? I do. Yeah, me too. It wasn't Torah. It was, but it turns out due to a clerical error, she was sent into B's hell.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what happened. So that...
It actually was her. It wasn't like an illusion.
It was her. At least in this universe, because that's what Justice League 3000 revealed. This is a separate universe.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why you shouldn't. All this stuff here is a little. Obviously, this became this way after Infinite Crisis and Identity Crisis. Obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, obviously showing that they're convincing them all to find a way out of there and all that. Obviously, this suit was falling for him, but it's like, can we go, please? Mm-hmm. So yeah, of course they're trying to. Oh yeah, even he's trying to say that, and that was not me. That couldn't ever be. Okay, kid. Okay. Point is, after all we've been through, it's not a fight I'm up for just now. It's because of what happened in hell, isn't it, with Tor? Don't. All right, but he doesn't. There's no place like home, man. They end up back. Turns out it was with Fate's help. Mm-hmm. And of course, Power Girl just storms out of there.
Yeah.
Of course, Dr. Fate is in a very bad mood. Do I have to say it, Max? And from JSA Mansion, precisely. For how long exactly? Eternity. Don't you think that's a tad harsh under the circumstances? No. Yeah, well, anyway, thanks for twitching your nose. You do have a nose, and bringing the kitties home. But it is revealed like she's not pregnant. But anytime you want to give it a try, trying's the best part. Booster, now look, come on, B. Can we just jump? You're already jumping all over. I needed a punching bag, and you were there. I'm sorry. Hey, you already apologized. It was nothing with all that happened. I look back. That's something I'm gonna have to learn to live with. It wasn't hell, B. I know it. And it wasn't her. So all of you keep saying, but I'll never really know, will I? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an apartment to finish. Maybe we could have dinner? Who? Who do you think? You mean you and call me? Yeah, okay. Okay. What was that about? I'm not sure, but I think it was good. You know, I was really feeling like this team had it in for me. I mean, I would seriously consider resigning, but B, she really showed me that, well, I guess you guys do want me around. Nope, not really. Yes, you do. Not in the least. You do too. Susan, do you want Buster around? Around? Nope, not me. Come on, guys, cut it out. Ralph? Buster who? Sheesh, why must everything be a joke with you people? And they all live happily ever after. Would you say this was at least better than the first one?
A little bit. I still had some issues with like the screaming humor constantly because it gets annoying really fast.
Which again, it's not your thing, but you guys admit the characterization was stronger here.
Stronger. I still do not like Guy Gardner.
Nope. Trust me, I prefer him under Tomasi's handling.
Yeah, that's the one. In this, I'm like, no, this is the one character where I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I do not like this.
Yeah, not here. It's trying to show that there is the depth to him, especially when it comes to Tora, but Tomasi handles it way better.
Yeah, when he basically gropes a kid, I'm like, no. Plus, he knows Mary Marvel, so wouldn't he also know she's 16?
Actually, that's always that. I think they're playing it up like he didn't realize. And no, because to be fair, not everyone knew that they were the two different forms. The whole DC universe did not know. And in her Mary Marvel form, she does look older.
Still, it's like, why write that?
I know. But
it's one of those things where I'm like, it's another thing that did not age well, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely not. Now, this was definitely the strongest part, of course.
Yeah, and the beginning part of those construction workers doing jokes. Yeah, I love that. That was good.
Yeah, because it's just like, because I always say that, like, come on, guys, they're not a piece of meat. And I remember I used to get people be like, what'd you say? Hey, hot stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Because unfortunately, that is real. That's a real thing. You do it. Nowadays, it's reverse, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Much to the chagrin of all the guys who would catcall, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But again, what makes this, I think, cringier is the fact this came out around Identity Crisis to Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, the pregnancy part, I'm like,
and Max, the fact that we end with Max and Ted just like this, when it's like, rot in hell, Max.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, this is, and you look at that, the blah ha happily. Doesn't that look in blood?
Yeah, and it looks like it's falling off, like it's like one of those post-apocalyptic things where like the flag falls off the flagpole.
Or it's supposed to be a ribbon, but either way, but
either way, you know what I'm saying. It still works.
Exactly, but this whole, again, I did like the stuff. Like, here's what I liked. I liked the stuff with Ice. Power Girl was great in this.
Mm-hmm.
Mary is still good, and I thought Booster showing his intelligence worked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because Booster has that reputation of sometimes unjustifiably being seen as a meathead, where when you actually like look into it, he's kind of not.
Exactly. And also you gotta remember, they always say like, oh, he was the meathead and Ted was the smart guy. Ted was just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But But here's the other thing, though. Even if when you look at how he was here, other writers wrote him worse.
I would say so.
JLA Act of God, anyone?
Yeah.
Where he was ready to just sell everyone out because he wanted to keep his popularity and reputation, and he was just so rock stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, or Tom King. Like, oh, I'm going to give you the greatest birthday gift and show you this world. Wait, you're going to change history?
There's no way this can go back. This could go backwards on me at any point.
Exactly. And I'll tell you this: when the two Keith and Kevin and DeMatteis return for the Booster Gold series, trust me, Booster is not an idiot at all. They actually treat him very respectfully here. There. And and again, it's clearly a case of, like I said, here they're trying to migrate a lot of the characterization. Like this whole thing with Fire and Booster, that actually did last for a short while. Not long, but for at least a little while of trying to pair the two up. Kind of came out of nowhere, but still. And and like I say, the whole Sue being pregnant, in context of here, it was cute. You know, for the sake of a subplot.
If you're taking into, if you're eliminating, if you're ignoring what's going on currently in DC at the time, yeah, that's fine. That's not the issue with the story. And again,
exactly,
it's not their fault. They had no way of knowing what Identity Crisis was going to do with that. It's one of those coincidences that you're like, oh God, no.
Exactly. You have that. And again, in here, because given how she was acting at the beginning, you could think she was.
I also think it's kind of funny. It would be hilarious. So it's like they find out when Meltzer is doing Identity Crisis and they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think they did. By the time this was happening, they have found out. And from what I heard, they were not happy.
Oh, I can imagine.
They were not happy whatsoever. They were like, seriously? And then everything else that happened with the with them all during all of this. You know, how they basically were you know, everything basically the JLI, they had a gun, targets on their back. Although ICE did come back in Gail Simone's Birds of Prey. Because let's be fair, that's in the history of characters being killed off and needlessly, hers was definitely one of the most egregious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hers was the one that even Wade regretted. Because Wade was the one who did it, and he did it for shock value deaths back then. And he's like, I regret his wife. It's one of those examples of a death of it getting undone with like, what took you so long? And because I know when there are some people who have arguments about, oh, why'd you have to bring that character back? ICE was never a problem. Never a problem. All I gotta say, I kind of, and the whole idea of Ted, which do you prefer? Ted really had amnesia, or he was doing it or faking it all to try and stick it to Booster?
I prefer him actually having amnesia.
I think so
because
too.
Here's the thing. While I'm not the biggest like Booster Gold reader, the blue and gold reader, let's say, it doesn't seem like something Ted would do.
True, very much, very much. So, and I have to agree with you. I do, but it feels like it's a partial amnesia, not total amnesia.
I'm willing to go with the partial thing. But it's like, what?
Especially now at this point when they after everything that happened in hell. But the idea of it, at least Booster would at least consider it. Like, great, I start to show that I'm actually smart, and now you decide to show me up by doing amnesia. It's like, that sounds like something Booster would think. And Mary here, oh boy, she went to the ringer quite a bit. Not as bad as before, of course, but at the last mini, but still.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did like that there wasn't a main villain. It was just Booster's bad choice put him through the ringer a little bit. And then all got resolved was, of course, Dr. Fate fixed it.
Yeah, it's more action-packed than the last one, so I can tell you that much.
Yep.
Still kept her on the cringy humor, in my opinion, though.
Oh yeah, they've done that before. They've done that plenty of times. But again, artwork is one of the big selling points. I have never ever seen a bad Kevin Maguire book. Ever.
No, yeah, because he really gets like facial expressions and such.
Again, like this moment, you can already tell. Like even when you see but first you think that's Ice, but then this moment you're like, that ain't Tora. That is not Tora.
Exactly.
In fact, they even call her Tiffany. So it's like, yep, that's completely different character. She would never do that. But yeah, facial expressions. And I gotta say, the only other person I think of who does as good facial expressions is Amanda Connor. As far as her equal, she is definitely the equal in facial expression. Not as hyper detailed, but she's definitely that one who, again, you could do those talking panels, and it's like this here. Anyone else would have just done two same heads, maybe some slight changes in facial expression, but this is like he's not. He's not a guy who could do well with doing the Bendis method. You know what I mean, right? Of the cheating or the invincible joke, of the cheating with panels. He's like, he can't help it. He has to. It's like he is the facial expression what George Perez is for group shots.
Yeah.
He can't help himself. He has to do different expressions. He can never do the same expression twice in a row.
Yeah, I would say so.
But yeah, that's why I always put him up there as one of my top favorite artists.
Yeah, exactly. So as far as where I rate this, last one I gave I think a 6 out of 10. This one I give a 7.5.
Yeah, definitely much more closer to a recommendation, right, than the last one.
If I had to recommend a Justice League book from this era, this would probably be it.
Yep. If you didn't want to tell them to check out the whole series.
Exactly.
Whole
if I had to give them one book to read from this period, it would probably be this. Yeah.
You don't need to understand what happened in the last mini at all. They give you enough. You just know they're already together, and you just get a nice little adventure with good characters and good character moments. So yeah. Thank you so much for joining me in this one, Jared. Thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.